go. There also is, at least I would think in my mind, a level of competitiveness to you.
But so, are you not competing on a nightly basis? The Warriors this year, let's be real.
You are, but you aren't.
Not the Warriors this year. The Cavs is I can't make the Warriors and Cavs this year have both lost pivotal games that are that you look at and be like, really? It gets to the point where even like Draymond is admitting, like, we're not going after a record. We're trying to win a championship.
Yeah, I mean, but you say that, but they only lost 14 games, bro.
Yeah, but look, listen though. Yeah.
What do you mean? So they only lost 14 games. The Cavs are literally tied for. Tied in wins right now with the Celtics. The Cavs.
I'm talking about principle. Is like the objective is not to go out and trying to win every single game and blow other teams out and be like, yo, we're the
no, but then it also goes back to the players resting thing, which is what I'm talking about. It's like, how could you rest? How could you rest while you're tired? You're supposed to go out there. You're supposed to be loyal to the game. You're supposed to be loyal to the organization. Why?
No, you have to be loyal to yourself.
When you don't feel
to your body.
No,
you have to be loyal to your body.
No, but that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about that mentality when it comes to the fans. Because
here's why people get mad about people resting players. Because, like, look, for instance, last week I was thinking about buying tickets to Clippers, Cavs.
Because you want to see...
I want to see LeBron James play. LeBron's one of my favorite players ever. I've never seen him play. He's 32 years old. Mm-hmm. Who knows? This may be the only chance I get to see LeBron play. So I buy these tickets thinking, oh, LeBron's going to play. Then I hear the night before, LeBron, Kyrie, and Kevin Love aren't playing. It's like, damn, now I just spent $250 on tickets.
Damn, you can't be there for me to watch you play this game, so now I'm angry.
But it sucks.
It doesn't say, when you buy the tickets, it doesn't say on the ticket, LeBron James and Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love will be playing in this game. They're a part of a team. It's a team game. It's a team game, so you as a fan be like, oh, well.
No, listen, this is where we've gotten to. And so, again, I'll bring this back up because I brought it back up. I said earlier, David Stern, marketing genius. The problem that he created is exactly what we're talking about right now.
Players being more important.
Than the team. And he didn't start this concept. I mean, we had this back going to like George Mikan and Bill Russell
because
and
one
Dr.
player can
J.
affect the game so much in basketball.
Because one player can affect the game so much. You know, when what's his name is dropping 100 points in a game. You know, when Wilt Chamberlain's dropping 100 points in a game, you're going to the game to see Wilt Chamberlain. Yeah. Plain and simple.
Not the Sixers, Wilt.
Right, but at the end of the day, like, the team is more important than the individual player. And I think we as a country ourselves have become so individualistic that we forget the sense of community and the sense...
Yeah, I can feel the air up there. When I feel so clear. I've been in another gear. Yeah, I've been in another gear. I can feel the air up there. When I feel so clear. I've been in another gear. Yeah, I've been in another gear. Yeah, I've been on another wave. About to blast off for days. Damn, they don't even know my face. Pulled up before she even saw my face. Know my whole story before she even talked to me. Feel like I'm a superstar when you walk to me. Everybody wanna know my name. Remember when they come pronounce my name? Ayy, gang on the gang. I could put it on the set, I could put it on the change. When you see me, know it changed. But they proud of the person I became. They admire how I go. What they admire got me go. I'm faded like a kaleidoscope. When I see it through.
Joe. On the road. And then hit main and give us a countdown first though, before you hit the main.
I think it's already on main.
All right. Well, come on, G. What you on, bro?
I didn't press it, but all right. Oh, now it's. Man.
All right. Cool.
We good.
Joe, come on, G.
He said.
Come on, G. Come on, G.
We good. We going.
I know, but how you just do that, bro? How you just do that?
I'm confused.
We going now. Let's go, G.
We live?
Yes, we
Are we
live,
live?
bro. Yes,
Fuck it,
we're
we'll do it
live.
live.
Yes,
All right.
that's what I'm saying.
All
Like,
right.
come
Well,
on, G.
anyway, welcome back to Hoops and Brews on a special edition of Hoops and Brews. This is the 6-year anniversary of Hoops and Brews. I think I didn't even realize it. Shout out to homie Cam. Cam, I think I got a Facebook alert, and it texted to us that this was I guess because we created the Facebook page 6 years ago, and I'm pretty sure we created the page right when we started doing a podcast. I think the first podcast was
I
R.I.P.
did the
Bill Russell.
SoundCloud and the Facebook because that was the only people that we knew people on. And then Twitter came in November.
Fair. R.I.P.
Because
Bill
at
Russell.
first we was putting the clips on our personal page, and
Yes.
then everybody was mentioning you and mentioning me. So I was like,
We
fuck it, let's just make a page.
Yeah, made a page. R.I.P. Bill Russell. But the first episode was, what was it? Bill Russell would be Tristan Thompson.
Yeah, Bill Russell would be Tristan Thompson.
So
I
yeah.
still R.I.P. Bill
Oh,
Russell.
God.
I'm still not off that
Oh,
take though,
God,
but I
okay.
feel y'all. R.I.P.
Oh,
Bill Russell,
God.
legend. But yeah, I'm still technically not off that
Oh
take.
God. Okay.
Like I was thinking about that last night when I was actually watching the
you
Lakers.
should never think about that.
No.
ever again.
I was thinking about it last night. I was watching compilations of when I was watching Lakers. I was watching the Kareem highlights that they had up there.
You're gonna tell me Kareem would have been fucking? I don't even know.
And I'm gonna be honest. I don't. This is no disrespect to him because I do believe now that I've grown into my journalism. Even though we just started covering the NBA according to people on Twitter. Although I've just begun into my journalism thing for the past 4 years, including covering NBA playoffs, Western Conference Finals, but whatever. I look at the generations of the game as being, and the takes of the generations of the game as being very true when you hear players say you can't compare the generations. But I agree you can't compare the generations. I'm fine when people make the argument about the shoes and all of that, cool, whatever, blah, 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 the technology, cool, training programs, cool. But to me, I look and I was watching that Kareem highlight and I was like, he wouldn't be able to do that now.
You can't shoot a sky hook.
That's not going to be the shot that they're going to let him do to become himself. He's going to be shooting threes.
Not necessarily.
Kareem is shooting 6 threes a game if he's playing today.
No, he's not.
Yeah, and he's not doing
But
that sky
also,
hook.
but also.
Now don't get me wrong. Kareem, the low post player.
Wait. Hold on. No.
Hold on. One last
Okay.
take us apart of this, and I'm done. Kareem, the low post player, is still one of the greatest players of all time. But I don't think if Kareem played today, the sky hook would be his main shot. It would be his like 4th or 5th shot.
That's fair, but
Which then
that's fair.
it makes him a completely different player.
That's fair, but here's why it's fair because you know the reason why he started shooting sky hook, right?
He might be like Kenyon Martin.
No,
if he was
stop.
7 feet tall.
That's oh my god, bro. Anyway,
Can I hit the button?
that is my god, shit. Oh my god, bro. You know why he started shooting the sky hook? The reason he started shooting the sky hook was because they outlawed dunking.
I understand that.
They told him that he was too. They literally changed the rule. They said you are too tall. As like
understand
a
that.
freshman, they said you are too tall. And also you realize Kareem couldn't even play varsity basketball because at that point in time, freshmen couldn't play for the varsity team. So he was playing like freshman basketball in college.
I don't think that changes any of my argument.
What I'm saying is this: he still would have been great. He still would have had as many points as he had. It may have looked different, sure, because he developed the sky hook to combat you saying to combat them changing the rules because they said it was unfair because he was too tall. Point is,
No,
it
was unfair because he was black. Because he was black. It wasn't unfair because he was too tall. It was unfair because his black ass was dominating a white man's game, which is the same problem that Scott and I and a bunch of other baseball fans have about this whole integrity of the game bullshit that the MLB is on when they were, as Scott pointed out on the last episode of I'm Not Gonna Hold You, which airs weekly on youtube.com/HB Media TV. Make sure you go and watch that. As he articulated, and I've articulated many a times, and not even trying to step on his argument, I'm just saying, like, that only happened because he was black and because he was exceptional and because...
we're talking about Barry Bonds?
No, I'm talking about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
No, we're talking about the baseball. You're talking about Barry Bonds.
Yeah, because and also...
I have a question. Wait,
hold on. But also, like, even if you look at the NBA back then, there were not that many teams. So you could technically make the argument that because there were less teams, the competition
for sure
was a lot more
stronger.
Not even necessarily
stronger.
I don't even
Condensed.
think it's stronger. It's like the WNBA. Like there were literally like 4 teams above 500 for most of the season in the WNBA season, but it was only 12 teams in there. So if it's 12 teams or 18 teams when Kareem is starting out, the talent pool is not wide enough to where like the versatility of talent is that different. But part of that is because it wasn't that many black people in it. That's why the ABA and the NBA merger was so great, because you got all these black players that came from the ABA that could score and pass and rebound, and then they joined basically what was like a largely white dominated league and take over the league. But with a guy like Kareem, you're not letting him dunk because of racism. With a guy like Barry Bonds, even when I look at like most of the home run era, all of it is like fake. It's all really around race. Because if Barry was a white guy, they would have let that shit slide. But the problem was they didn't let it slide with Barry, so you can't let it slide with Roger Clemens. You can't let it slide with Sammy Sosa. You can't let it slide with Mark Aguirre. You can't let it slide with a guy like Greg Maddux, who I believe, it's like all of those guys were accused of steroids and are not in the Hall of Fame because of that. But it all started really with racism, because white people didn't want Barry Bonds to break Babe Ruth's record. So who the fuck was the greatest guy in the 50s or the 40s? Dolph Shays? So you see this black kid coming up that's 7 feet tall, and the number one idol you got is Dolph Shays. And this kid is like blowing Dolph Shays out the world. Yeah, you're not gonna want him to dunk no more. But that's racism. So I appreciate the skyhook.
Regardless of whatever it is.
Everybody at the NBA can challenge him now. That's not what it was back then.
Everybody is not, bro.
He'd be like a tall Kenyon Martin with a skyhook.
Oh my God, bro. We have to, yo.
We're back. We're back.
Like,
we're back. This is 6 years. You getting all these takes. I've been holding these takes in for 8 months.
How many
6
people?
months.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is what size, bro? I'm
7'1".
I'm also trying to see what percentage.
With like a 7'6" wingspan. Joe, can you Google Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's wingspan?
Who the fuck is that damn large?
In the NBA?
Yeah.
Rudy Gobert?
That's it.
Let's be honest.
What you gonna say? Rudy Gobert giving problems? I'm sure Rudy Gobert's an all-world defender.
If Rudy Gobert was playing for the opposing team in all them championships that the Lakers won when Kareem was on there, I don't know if it would go the same way we think it would.
Wait, you talking about if Rudy Gobert was on the Celtics?
If he was on the Celtics, yeah.
Well, you just, I'm sorry for saying, I know we don't.
I don't care. I don't give a fuck.
The fucking 4-time defensive player of the year with fucking Larry Bird, Dennis Johnson, Kevin McHale. No, it wouldn't go that same way. What the fuck? Robert Parrish ain't fucking Rudy Gobert? Well, yeah. Do you want to see what you just said?
Robert Parrish is a Hall of Famer.
He not. Rudy Gobert's a Hall of Famer.
We'll see. He has to make
it. If Rudy Gobert don't get in the fucking Hall of Fame, fuck the Hall of Fame, G. If Rudy Gobert don't get in the Hall of Fame, fuck the Hall of Fame, G. Mutombo in the Hall of Fame. It's people who have done way less than Rudy Gobert in the Hall of Fame. Chris Webber's in the Hall of Fame. Shout out C-Webb. Hard body. Not the 4-time defensive player of the year. Fuck out of here, bro. Get all the way out of here, bro. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here, bro.
All right, I'm just saying.
He's going to the Hall of Fame. And if he don't, we need to boycott the Hall of Fame.
Who would you rather have in 2022, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or Rudy Gobert?
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, because it's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And also Kareem was a very good defender. He was also a really good passer. He obviously was one of the best scorers, not one of the best scorers ever. Right out of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So again, if somebody who is 45 plus tells me 50 plus tells me Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the greatest basketball player of all time, I won't argue with him.
No, but continue.
Why is it a no? He has the greatest basketball resume ever. As a full basketball resume, he has the greatest basketball resume of all time.
He does, and I agree. But at the same argument that I made earlier was, although now that I've grown after doing this for 6 years, I do understand the value in the generations, because the 2020 to 2030 generation of basketball is going to be guys like Pablo Ranchero, Zion Williamson, Ja Morant, those young guys that are part of this new class.
How do we know they're
so wait a minute. Well, my point is that I don't know how they're going to fare at the end of this decade as the decade goes on. But what I do know is that this generation of basketball players and athletes are far superior than the last generation as they were a generation before.
What do you mean by that? You think I think that they have.
I don't think Kareem had anybody that was at his speed other than Wilt Chamberlain.
I disagree with that. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar literally played in the era of centers. Like, you realize, like the 70s is the most underrated. The late 60s and 70s is the most underrated era of centers. Like, people talk about the 90s, but the 70s had guys. You had Willis Reed, you had David Cowens, you had Bill Walton. I mean, obviously Bill Walton only had 4 years, but you had Bill Walton. And this is just the people off the top of my head that I'm mentioning.
Yeah, but would they be who they are today? I don't know.
Yes, I think, but
I don't know if they would.
But
a guy like Bill Walton, they said, was a great passer, so I can understand.
I hate when people do this because you're discounting forward evolution.
No, right? I'm not. I literally just said that I appreciate the generation, so that's why I'm not trying to put him. But I do think that there is a clear difference in the athleticism on a nightly basis in the NBA now versus back then.
I think that has to do with training, bro.
And I acknowledged that earlier.
So, okay then. So yes, I do think that. But my only
point is like, yeah, like if Kareem played today, his game would be completely different than what it was back then. But if Kareem played today,
he would still, like, I have faith that Kareem, somebody who scored 38,000 from not mistaken.
He might just score like 25 this time.
No, he would score 39,000 points.
No, he would not.
If he's still going to play 21 years,
he would not score 39,000 points if he played in this generation of today's basketball.
Actually, he might score more.
No, he would not.
He might play 25 years and score more because
he'd
also.
Be Cat with a hook shot.
Because
not scoring 40K.
Anyway, because for one,
there's no disrespect. I think Karl Anthony Towns is one of the greatest players of this generation.
Because for one, we are in the era of, even if you look at the game scores now, if I'm not mistaken, granted, the 60s I think had the highest possessions, but that's because everybody was shooting like 45%, ball bouncing everywhere. They had the most possessions ever, and I think the pace was higher in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. I think the pace was still solid, but it's not like it is today. So I think there are more possessions. If I'm not mistaken, somebody could look it up. I think there are more possessions in a game today. We got
somebody right there.
I think there are more possessions in a game today than there was 40 years ago. And also the fact you have better recovery time. So those guys were playing like fucking playoff games on back-to-back nights. We don't do that shit no more. No, I think he would be just as good right now, if not better, than what he was back then. And again, there's still nobody Kareem size in the league. Maybe Rudy Gobert. That's it.
And it's no disrespect
and
to
Victor
Kareem.
Wembanyama, whenever he gets here, is Kareem's size.
He got to stay healthy. The thing I see about, even with Chet Holmgren, it's like, you got to stay healthy. The difference with Victor in between Chet is because I think that Chet looks awkward. Victor doesn't really look awkward, but at that height. And also, do you know that he's playing a game tonight on ESPN, or he's playing
against Scoot Henderson.
Yeah.
It's usually tonight. But he doesn't look awkward to me. Chet looks awkward. Even when you see him run, his feet look bigger than his legs. Like, he looks awkward.
I've seen him in person. He's a very
tall guy. Like, but Victor doesn't look awkward. That's the only thing. But yes, he does have to stay healthy.
So my question to you is, how do you feel about this Kyrie Irving bashing that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar did to
I don't care, G. Kareem is 80 years old, bro. I don't care. That's actually my actual opinion. He's 80 years old. I do not care what, no offense. He's 80 years old. I do not care what he has to say.
And this is coming from someone who's had a lot of elderly family members.
Yeah, but like, when you get old, bro, you care less. And you have your opinions, and your opinions are your opinions. It's like, bro, what I'm saying.
I don't think he was wrong, but I do think that Twitter is funny for being like, yo, he punched somebody in the face. I mean, the man did kind of elbow.
He elbowed him in the stomach. Kidney, but he's like the older you get, you don't really change your opinions about stuff. You have your opinions, and your opinions are your opinions.
I'm not.
So like, I'm not gonna tell Kareem he wrong. Man been alive 80 years. What the fuck can I tell him? What am I gonna tell that man?
Nothing, honestly.
So what? I don't even want to talk about it. Like, what am I gonna tell that man?
He's part of Showtime Lakers. It ain't nothing you could tell
him.
What am I gonna tell that man?
Like, bro, you
I did it all.
You even said they changed the thing because of racism. He went through that, and I think in like Milwaukee, I think his house got something happened with his situation in Milwaukee.
Because you're gonna make a point that I'm about to make.
Something happened with his situation in Milwaukee, bro. I don't know. Like, that man have been through things, and then also you talking about you're a 7'4", 5", whatever you were, black man. You stick out already. So I can't even imagine what that man have been through. Man, I can't tell Kareem nothing about what Kyrie's saying. But also, I understand where he coming from. We talk about a vaccine, and you talking about you was alienated and RA. I don't even know what the words Kyrie used. I don't want to misquote him.
He basically he said that he He did not say verbatim that he was a martyr. And for those out there that don't know what a martyr is, like a person that like is willing to die for a cause, or
is it usually religious beliefs though?
Whether it's religious, yes, but still, in society, people use the term martyrdom very loosely. But just meaning like, but Kyrie did make it seem like he was like, down for the cause. But but in my opinion, humbly, if Kyrie was really, and I would say this if he was right there, it's like, bro, if you were really doing what you said you would have did, then like you would have set the whole season out and you wouldn't have taken any money. I mean, that's really what it's about.
I mean, they said that he could play, so like you say, I could play.
Yeah, but that's not my point.
What's your point?
His argument, and that's also Kareem's argument, where he called him basically like a gluttonous person, like he just consumes and feeds and feeds and feeds. I do think that Kyrie is the type of person where he negotiated something and then it didn't work out in his favor. So when it didn't work out in his favor, the next best thing is to attach to something. He didn't have to attach to something. Like, if they just didn't let him play because of COVID restrictions, cool. But saying, they not letting me play, so I'm protesting on behalf of all the people that can't take vaccines, that's kind of ironic to me. Because if they didn't say you had to take the vaccine, you still would have played, even though those same people wouldn't have been able to go to work.
But do you
understand the contradictory point in it?
Yes,
so
but
like
no.
a guy like Kareem, hold on, just let me really. I'm gonna sum it up real quick. A guy like Kareem has been through racism.
For sure.
He's lived longer than Muhammad Ali, Bill Russell. He's lived longer than Martin Luther King. He's lived longer than a lot of black civil rights leaders that were actually making a difference at that point in time.
Jim Brown allowed you?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I think so.
I was just thinking that I'm not gonna even. I feel bad.
I think bro's still here with us.
How old is Jim Brown? He's 86.
Okay.
Yes, Jim Brown is still here with us. So if you think about it, Jim Brown is probably the last of that lineage that is still here of athletes that were like the all-time greats of their sport, that dominated a sport that was once a white man's sport and turned it into a equally diverse sport because of their play. And like, even when people talk about the bubble, when Barack made the call to them to make them basically play, right? That would have been bad for America's morale, right? But if you actually look at guys like Kareem, Wilt Chamberlain, Oscar Robertson, those kind of athletes that advocated for other athletes, which they are the sole reasons why we have collective bargaining agreements, he wouldn't have made the same social conscientious decisions that Kyrie would have made, even if he did get angry and upset because someone elbowed him in his kidney or his liver and he punched him in the face. That's a completely different spectrum than you, Kyrie, negotiating a deal. Your deal don't work out. Now you're talking about, I'm doing this for the people. No, you're doing it for yourself. So you're being selfish. That I believe that's his whole point. So to me, I look at that, and even though guys like LeBron, did you see the clip of LeBron talking about Kareem? They were like, with him. Yeah, but even with that, it's like, and he's had his differences with LeBron. We're all gonna get upset at the old man for saying certain things, but in these particular instances, he's been right, and you can't argue with him.
That no, here's
when he talked about LeBron too, he was right, because if you look at his history does not dictate that he was ever a part of them backing down and acquiescing to what they perceived as being racism or something that was better for their people. They did things for the betterment of the others around him, and the rest of and these guys now do things for marketing and for themselves. It's not like, and I'm not saying LeBron is all marketing. LeBron has opened up schools. LeBron's changed millions of lives, I'm sure. But I'm just saying, like, there is a whole level of marketing that these guys didn't have. It was genuine. So when I hear a guy like Kareem criticize Kyrie, I understand it. And even though I might not agree with everything he said, I was like, you got a point, OG.
I get what he's saying, but I also get what Kyrie is saying. It's like, Kyrie didn't. I can understand why he wanted to make himself a symbol for everybody else, because of the fact of like, people did get fired. Again, like there was people like the military, right? who you had a job, you didn't want to take the vaccine, when now you can't be in the military, or like you for this time.
Can I ask an honest question? You're not a historian, but you are a lover of history. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, what's up?
Do you not know? I would say a broad spectrum of world history.
I just saw them out. Yeah.
Whenever there was a large pandemic or a large wave of a certain disease, did they not try to isolate that population and or kill that population to keep that population from infecting the others, including soldiers that might have gotten sick in the military?
To be fair,
I'm talking about world history, not United States history.
I don't know. Number one, like there wasn't as much like we guys said. That's only as far as pandemics, the literal pandemics that we know of in modern times. Only one we can go off of is like 100 years ago. And that one, the issue with that one is like people were coming back from like the reason why that spread is because a war was still being fought.
But my point is,
people were coming back from war.
But my point is,
but
do you understand my point with that though?
But hold on. I do want to say this. Like one, there weren't vaccines, so we can't even actually say that. And also, again, like people, I showed you the things. People were playing baseball with masks on. Babe Ruth caught the fucking Spanish flu twice in one season. One time he almost died. Not dead ass. You can Google it. Like one time he literally had to like open his mouth up and pour like morphine or some shit. Like he almost died twice in one season playing. So it's like yes, but with this thing and with the technology that we have now, it kind of was an unprecedented situation. Now I think unfortunately because of the fact that people travel so much now, I think that we may go through another one in our lifetimes. Unfortunately, because of how travel is. Like people, motherfucking I've seen people go from L.A., New York, Paris, London, Prague in like the span of 3 weeks.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. Shout out to the homie T, but he was definitely the first person that ever gave me COVID.
Like, bro, but he would have been in at one time. T went from like France to I think New York to I don't want to speak for the man, but he went mad places in like a span of 3 weeks. You wasn't doing that shit 150 years ago. You wasn't doing that 70 years ago. So on one end, I get it's just. The thing about certain things is like when you become 80, you have a whole different mindset of somebody who's 30. And you're right, and like they can have a point too. But like you're probably gonna disagree on certain things just because you've been alive 80 years. I can never imagine what you're going through. But also you haven't seen what I've gone through either.
My question is, do you think what Kyrie did was selfless?
I don't think things that what most people do are selfless. So, like, I don't think it was completely selfless. I mean,
you don't think what Kareem and Jim Brown and all those other guys were doing wasn't selfless?
I would have to literally research I'm not gonna say yes or no because I had to literally research every single thing they did. But I mean, even people had issues with Kareem. Like, people had issues. It wasn't like
no. Don't say people.
Every African American did not love Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. We not gonna do that. Every African American did not like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar because every African American didn't agree with the Muslim movement. So every African American did not agree with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
I'm not upset at that. Not upset at that. Touche.
So I wasn't there. I didn't live through those times. I cannot have no idea. But I think when most people do things, there is still some like, I'm doing this also for myself because you involved in it. Now, I think there's different levels of like selfish. I think selfish is like, there's different levels of selfish. There is only I will benefit from this, or people can look at me and take some inspiration from this and understand where I'm coming from. Or look at themselves in me. I think there's different levels of selfish. But regardless, like either way, hopefully this season Kyrie gets to play basketball. Shout out Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
He will.
And hopefully, whatever.
So let's move on. Let's talk about the Nets. Let's finally get into it now. Now we're about to get into the real shit. But I actually really wanted to talk to you about those conversations because we hadn't had those conversations when we were out. Yeah. Those are usually like hoops and brews-y conversations. Not trying to be at the bar. You talking about Kareem versus Kyrie. Actually, Ime Udoka, what do you think about his situation briefly? I'm gonna be brief on it too because I don't even need nobody talking.
I don't know the full situation. I have no idea. I would say if he was being nasty at work, that's unfortunate. And you got to have a little bit more self-control than that. And that's my only opinion about that. Because I still have no idea actually what that man did.
Yeah. Based upon the reports and the rumors I've seen, I agree that he should have been Actually, they should have fired him.
They should have fired him.
But you can't fire somebody that's hit the song. Did the song in there, Joe? Hit the song and turn the song up and turn my mic down like the old times.
Which button is the song? Is that the
I don't know.
No.
Yeah. That hit the song. It's probably top right. No. Top right. Top right. No, the other one. Yeah, there we go. That turn my mic down like the old times. Turn both our mics.
Yeah, I can feel the air up there. When I feel so clear. I've been in another gear. Yeah, I've been in another gear. I can feel the air up there. When I feel so clear. I've been in another gear. Yeah, I've been in another gear. Yeah, I've been on another wave. About to blast off for days. Damn, they don't even know my face. Pull the fuck she even saw my face. Know my whole story before she even talked to me. Feel like I'm a superstar when you walk to me. Everybody wanna know my name. Remember when they come pronounce my name? Ayy, gang on the gang. I could put it on the set, I could put it on the change. When you see me, know it changed. But they proud of the person I became. They admire how I go. What they admire got me go. I'm faded like a kaleidoscope. When I see it through my scope, I can feel the air up there. When I feel so clear. I've been in another gear. Yeah, I've been in another gear. I can feel the air up there. When I feel so clear. I've been in another gear. Yeah, I've been in another gear.
Taking flight, moving fast, going off like a drone. When I strike, going home, getting it in. With my friends, drinking liquor, smoking dank. Break it down like a swisher fucked up.
We could have had that conversation.
Nah, I'm not having that conversation on the internet. Cause I've had enough conversations with my sensitive ass friends where I don't even want to make that conversation be on the internet. I'd rather have that conversation with y'all. And not because I feel like I'm gonna win an argument, but just because like y'all at least use some actual reason.
Point being, this man's nasty.
Like when I'm wilding, yo, like no go wrong. When I'm wilding, y'all be like, yo, you wilding, chill, feel you. But some of my homies just be arguing shit just because they like buzzwords.
Point being, his man was wilding, and I can understand why he was only calling one play.
Put the music up again.
He had too much going on.
Oh, I was about to say. I was about to say.
He was not.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, wait a minute. What
he
this
had,
man
no,
said?
he had too much going on to call something else besides drive and swing. Drive and swing the ball around.
I'm not gonna say that the.
I'm joking.
I'm
That's a
say
joke.
that
I'm not serious.
No, I mean it could. If anybody out there, y'all watch Ted Lasso, G. I'm almost at the end of season 2, G. It's getting real sticky. It's getting real
you know how
sticky.
It gets a
homie smashing the team owner. Exactly.
That's a Ted Lasso. What's
no,
Ted?
no.
What is
Ted Lasso is a
what
TV.
Is Ted Lasso?
Ted Lasso is a TV show about a coach from like Missouri or whatever that gets hired by a woman owner in the English soccer league to run her team.
Yeah,
But basically, no. But basically, she hired him. He was a football coach. She hired him as a soccer coach. She wanted him to run her ex-husband's team into the ground and for him to be a terrible coach. But everybody kind of loves him, and that's kind of what the story is about. But
spoiler alert, she winds up smashing somebody in the organization that's not him.
Mm-hmm.
But technically, he is a subordinate.
Yeah, but does she own the team?
She owns the team.
She do what she want to do.
Never mind. I'm done. Move on. Lakers.
She own the team.
How you feel about the Lakers? How you feel about the Los Angeles? No. How do you? No. We gonna have to put that music on again. We gonna have a real conversation. Hit the music.
You do what you want when you pop it.
Hit the music. I'm sorry, y'all. Turn the music up.
Yeah, I can feel the air up there. When I feel so clear. I've been in another gear. Yeah, I've been in another gear. I can feel the air up there. When I feel so clear. I've been in another gear. Yeah, I've been in another gear. Yeah, I've been on another way. About to blast off for days. Damn, they don't even know my face. Pull the foot, she even saw my face.
You do what you want when you popping.
LA Lakers. What are your opinions on it after the first preseason game?
I watched one quarter. I don't really have any opinions outside of LeBron still in the corner. Them kickouts to Juan.
LeBron still in the corner?
Not what Russ is still in the corner. Them kickouts to Juan Tosana Anderson are going to be hilarious. And that's about it. I have no other. And Kendrick Nunn looks cool. Kendrick Nunn will be a nice addition. I think Patrick Beverly will.
Yeah, Schroeder.
I think he didn't play, but I think Kendrick Nunn will be a nice addition. I think Patrick Beverly will bring a certain level of energy. Granted, I only watched one quarter, but I hope that defensively they'll be better this year. But yeah, I have no opinions. They're not winning the championship. So like, what are we? They're probably gonna win maximum 45 games, and
They're not. I said they was gonna win 47. I lied. They're gonna win like 39.
that's it. They're gonna win maximum 45
it's
games,
over.
and that is what it is. This season is about LeBron passing Kareem.
LeBron on his Kobe seasons at the end, but it's fine.
What do you think about the Lakers, Joe? You look like you
Yeah,
have some
you
opinions.
talked all that
Let's
bullshit.
stop all this.
Let's talk all that
Let's
bullshit.
stop all this right now, immediately. First of all, the first half, they played a lot of great basketball in that first half.
First of all, it was the Kings also.
Okay, the Kings are solid. They got 3-4 top
I swear to
50
God,
they
if the
got
Kings finish with a better record than the
They got
Lakers,
3-4 top 75
call the
right now.
authorities.
No, but they played some great basketball in
If
the
the
first half.
Kings
New
finish with a
energy,
better
new
record,
legs.
if the Kings finish with a better record than the Lakers, call the authorities.
That's not happening. We don't got to worry about that. But I will say,
Then she might get fired.
Who is she? Jeannie? Don't she own the team? Who gonna fire her?
The fans.
No, they not.
All right.
Fuck you finna fire me. I own this. What you gonna do?
Alright.
They not gonna stop coming to the games.
I don't even think she the owner technically. I think she's just like the person that he put in charge.
So who own it?
The Bus family.
They not gonna fire you. You can't fire the Bus family.
No, you're not gonna fire the Bus family, but she can get fired.
No, she can't.
She fired her brother.
Did she fire her brother?
She did fire her brother.
Okay.
Her brother was like
who owned
the
the
one.
shit
Her
now?
brother like the GM or some shit for a minute, or he was running the team operations.
I
Not
thought it was Miss Kupchak that was the GM.
no Mitch Kupchak. Well, whoever it was run. Jim Buss was running the team operations for a while, and then basically when Jerry died, she fired the man's. After they
So
was
she
terrible.
owns the team then.
She doesn't own the team.
Who the fuck on the
The
team?
Buss family on the team.
So what's her role?
She like the head of it.
What's her role though?
She's like the head of the organization.
She's head of operations.
She's the head of the whole organization.
Who nobody gonna fire her?
All right.
They got to suffer through this shit.
I mean, this is but
Joe, you know the Lakers not winning another ring for like 20 years, right?
that's not no. Give him about.
that's a
11.
lie.
When Bryce James come into the league and the Lakers draft him, it's over.
They ain't over with. They not win another ring for 20 years. But
By the way,
they might
Bryce
win.
James is going to be better than Bronny James.
They
And
might
Bryce
win it.
James
Another
actually
lie.
might want. I think Bryce James got the ability to be so good, and I know this is a hot take. And there's no disrespect to Bronny either. I just look at Bronny's game, and he reminds me more of He reminds me more of like trying to think of a guy. He actually he reminds me, and this is gonna sound mad disrespectful, but I don't mean this to sound disrespectful. He reminds me more of like his potential could be more in the vein of like a Desmond Mason.
That's an NBA player though.
No, I didn't say it wasn't. But he's gonna make the NBA because his dad's LeBron.
It's gonna be like a Lonzo LaMelo situation.
No,
LaMelo end up better.
Yeah, but I just think Bryce. He's already taller than him. He literally looks like LeBron. Like, have you seen a picture of Bryce lately? He's 14 years old. He literally looks like LeBron did when he was 14.
I'll tap in when he's 17.
He's taller than all of them. All of that.
I'll tap in when he's 17.
All right, you wait until he get like.
I'll tap in when he's 17.
Now, don't get me wrong. I think that if you're a Bron and the whole AAU circuit, all other shit, you want to put Bronny at the forefront so that way he could be successful and get him the opportunity. But once Bronny like goes to college, remember I said that Bryce James will be the one, and I think he got the potential to be better than. I think he could be like I think he could be. I think Bryce James could be like trying to think of a guy that would like fit.
How much Bryce James have you watched?
I've been watching a lot of clips of him. He's big as hell. He had a burner since he was little, since he was like short. When they play, Bronny's the one banging on people. Because your mic not even up.
Bronny's the one who beat the French national team.
I understand that. Bronny's also older.
Beat the French national team.
Bronny is also older, and he's the one that you want to showcase because he's the one that's the closest to being an actual basketball prospect. So I'm not arguing with that. LaMelo was in LiAngelo and Lonzo's shadow until it was his time when they went to the league or created their opportunities, and then he became at the.
Yeah, he wasn't really in that shadow.
No, I disagree with that. He was still as popular as them, but when it came to the basketball play on the floor, you still wanted Lonzo, if you LeVar or whoever the coaches were, to be the number one option on the team because you wanted to get Lonzo drafted. And then once Lonzo left,
I'm pretty sure LaMelo shot the ball more than Lonzo.
You're missing my point, brother. My point is you wanted Lonzo Ball to get drafted or to get to a good school. So Lonzo's going to be the one that gets the attention the most first. Once he succeeds, you see LiAngelo. You know LiAngelo is not going to be LaMelo. So you give the keys to LaMelo. But also, as your homie and our homie told us, shout out to Mr. Nasty Pack. Follow him. Go buy the merch. Nasty Pack. Follow him. As he told us, LiAngelo was crazy in high school, right?
Yeah, cool. He was a monster.
Exactly. So
walking 70 ball.
Exactly. And then you fucking go, and then he goes to China and does what he does. But after that, guess what's next? It's LaMelo. So obviously, you give him a little bit of the light. But if you actually talking about Bryce James. Bryce James is going to be the best one out of all of them. He had a burner since he was like 12. He's big as hell now. He literally, to me, looks like a little LeBron. It's just that like LeBron was such a freak of nature in terms of his athleticism. You can't compare anyone to him. So I think I got my final comparison. Bronny James is Desmond Mason. Bryce James will wind up being Andre Iguodala with a better shot.
Okay.
That's a great player. I
don't have any opinions on this.
Am I lying?
No, I don't have any opinions on this subject right now.
So if Jeannie wind up drafting Bryce James in the future, yeah, cool. But you just heard how hypothetical that argument is. My thing is, get it together, Lakers. Y'all suck. It looks like the same thing I saw last year, and I'm going to be quite honest with y'all. How? How can you say that? Y'all got blown out at 35 last night. I watched every minute.
The only half that mattered was the first half. The second half, everybody
the first half didn't matter either.
A lot of good signs in the first half. No, what are you talking about?
No, it was not. It was against the Sacramento
Kings. They just got careless in the second half. Who the next game y'all play?
Who next game y'all play?
We play Wednesday. Who the hell is it on
Finna get smacked.
No, we not. I mean, well, possibly. It's the preseason. We
now, Pavy, you had a hot take.
Walking up the court.
Pavy, you had a hot take. You said the Lakers could start.
Oh, they might start like with a
4-15 record.
I don't know if it'll be 4-15, but when you look at their schedule, like that shit is tough, bro. Like just like, all right, let me go because I actually screenshot it and I like sent it to the homie. What was their schedule? Their schedule was find it. Yeah, that's fine. Their schedule, they start off, I think it's Lakers. They start off Warriors, possibly a loss, probably a loss. Clippers, probably a loss. Portland, maybe a loss. Denver, they could lose that game. Like, all right, so look, this is their first. This is their games until December. Tell me how many wins you think. Honest in your heart.
Go ahead.
First game, Warriors.
I'm a sports fan. I believe in upsets. I don't think it's too wild to say we come out and punch the Warriors in the mouth that night.
Okay. Clippers next day.
Clippers will get us. They'll be healthy.
Blazers after that.
We'll beat the Blazers.
Denver after that.
Denver will probably get us.
Minnesota after that.
I think we beat Minnesota.
Okay.
Because last year they did us dirty.
Denver after that.
We beat Denver that time.
Okay. All right. So we have them at what's his record?
That's
right
4-2, right? Is that 6 games?
Yeah.
I think that was 4-2.
Okay. All right. Sure. Pelicans.
I said we beat the Pelicans.
Oh, we're just being okay.
The Pelicans.
We're just being irrational.
Pelicans, Lakers history. Bron get up for those games.
Being irrational.
AD's gonna get up for that game.
Jazz. After that, this is a win.
Yeah, we beat the Jazz.
Yeah, Cleveland.
Cleveland will probably catch us.
Okay, so what are we at now?
You
said they're gonna beat the Warriors.
6-3
They're gonna beat the Blazers. They're gonna beat Minnesota, and they're gonna beat Denver, and they're gonna beat the Pelicans. You said they're gonna lose to the Clippers, Nuggets, and Cavs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what math
What is that? 6-3, I think, or 6-4. Okay, so
we're lying, but it's fine. All right. Okay. So after that, they have the Jazz again. That's a win.
We might. The Lakers gonna lake.
Okay.
I get a Jazz that win.
Clippers after that.
We beat the Clippers in overtime in that one.
Kings after that.
Kings might catch us. We'll be too high on ourselves after that Clippers win.
Okay. Brooklyn after that.
Where's it at?
Home.
We beat Brooklyn.
Okay. So, all right. So basically.
Bro, wait, hold on.
So basically, you have
Brooklyn
them
is small as hell. They're running Nick Claxton out there at the 5. We bullying them. Damian Jones, Thomas Bryant. That sounds like a lot of dunks to me.
Okay. Pistons after that.
We beat the Pistons.
Okay. Spurs after that.
We'll beat the Spurs too.
So they're gonna be like 12-4 at this point, basically. So they're gonna be number 1 in the West, basically. Is what you're telling me?
Top 4.
Number 1 in the West.
That's top 3, top 2. I don't know what number 1, top 3 for sure. Was it really 12-4?
Damn, he dunked his ass. Fuck is you talking about, boy? Get your bitch ass off me. Okay. Suns after that.
The Suns will beat us.
Double Spurs games. Back-to-back Spurs.
Spurs win
1-1.
Spurs definitely winning one of them.
Indiana.
1-1.
Indiana after that.
Loss.
They gonna beat Indiana.
Buddy Hield gonna go off for like 35. Remember
Portland
I said
after that.
this. Hey, yo, hold on, wait a minute. We just got a super chat donation. Hold on.
You hit the crickets.
No. Oh, there we go. Shout out to my guy, I Don't Know Hoop Podcast. We appreciate you for your super chat donation. You are one of our greatest fans, man. Shout out to you, brother. We appreciate you. Much love, much respect. Yeah, go ahead. Keep it going.
Portland after that.
I say Portland get his first game. They're more athletic. That'll probably
All right.
us a little bit.
Bucks after that.
The Bucks will beat us.
Then Wizards after that.
Beat the Wizards.
All right, so now for the actual opinion. Warriors lost, Clippers lost, Portland probably beat Portland. Denver lost, Minnesota lost, Denver lost, New Orleans lost, Utah win, Cleveland lost, Utah win, Clippers lost, Kings win,
Bro,
Brooklyn.
you naming it too easy,
Brooklyn.
Bro. Sports is not that easy.
Brooklyn.
Why don't you go to Vegas? If you're
Brooklyn.
Go to Vegas, G.
No, look.
It's not that.
Listen,
bro,
Brooklyn lost. Detroit, fuck around and lose. Spurs win. Phoenix win. Spurs win. Spurs win. Indiana win. Portland win. Milwaukee lost. Wizards lost.
Last season schedule and it's already like they are.
No, literally.
Sports is not like
they're gonna be
listen. That predictable.
No, listen. We're gonna come to December. Listen, we're gonna come to December. Obviously, I don't know what injuries might happen, things like that. But I think we're gonna come to December and they're gonna be below 500. Now they might not be 4-15, like I said, but they're not gonna be 500 by the time December comes.
By the bottle on that, 500 by December.
500 by December.
All right.
So by the time they play the Washington Wizards on December 4th, they're gonna be 500.
Yes.
Okay. Casamigos me.
All right, easy.
Repo.
All right.
I want my reposado.
Nah, you get that for me.
Okay.
When Lonnie Walker come out there, getting his 12, we bench. The third best player in the Lakers, that's really a weight to. Russell Westbrook.
You talking about? It's not a weight to see. It's Russell the fuck Westbrook.
You could kind of argue it depends on
who better than Russell Westbrook on that team.
It's not really about who's better than him. It's about who's going to produce like better for the Lakers and impact winning like better. Like if none come out there and get 17 points per game on 38% from three, 45% from the field, you're going to be looking at yourself kind of funny right there.
Okay.
If Kendrick Nuggets doing that, he could take it. If Lonnie Walker out there getting us 15 off the bench with like 47% from the field, like 38% from three, certain things can happen to switch it. I mean, we'll see. If Patrick Beverly's out there getting 2 steals, 10 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and he out there every night nagging, you notice his impact. Could be him. You never know. You just got to see what this team looks like. Like we got a lot of what this team is. You just got to see it. Like it's hard to really predict what the hell gonna happen. Mm-hmm. You just got to see it. Like Damian Jones look like a guy you probably can't play too often versus teams who have bigs who can run pick and roll. You just got to see it. Now I see this, and it's kind of a wild card type situation.
It's a wild card type situation.
It's a wild card type situation for real. But it all come together. When you have LeBron and AD, you can make up for the giant hole that we do have in this roster with wings. Like y'all was roasting Juan Toscano Anderson.
Wasn't Rosenwald's guns. I just think those kickouts are gonna be hilarious. But yeah, I don't have the Lakers. I just don't have the same, Don't have the same faith in the Lakers as you.
Oh, and I looked up this. For possessions per game, it was only 73-74 was latest to win, and it was like 108 possessions per game at 73-74. And then when you got all the way down to like 1998, it was only 90. So
it slowed down.
Slowed down. Pretty much it dropped by like a
the 90s was like fucking. The 90s was fucking damn near like snail's pace. Snail's pace basketball. That's why scores was like 80 to 81.
By the way, this is your first media day missing in 4 years. How did that feel? You missed the Clippers media day. How did that feel? Did you not care? You
not
can be
really.
honest. Okay.
Keep it G with you. I was like, my homie, yeah, cool.
It was a little less exciting this year.
I was like,
it felt smaller. It definitely felt smaller than like the first one with Kawhi and them.
Because we're over it. It's just like we've seen this 3 years now. As far as like people with the Clippers, like I was telling the pod, like it's championship or bust, bro. Y'all been here 3 years now. And I looked at the games they played and the games they ain't been playing. They ain't been on the court like that either.
Yeah.
So like every year we like, oh, the Clippers had this great team and they're gonna, and then like every year half the team get hurt. So again, for y'all, let's put up a shut up time. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to talk. I don't care. What y'all gonna do when it get down to April, May, June? First of all, y'all gonna be there.
What do you think about their team? Like
I think they have a great team. I think they've had a great team every single year since Kawhi and first got there. I think they have a great basketball team. The same team they didn't have the past 3 years. They got a great team, got a great coach, got a great system, got 2 top 15 players, well balanced at every position.
But there's a but in there.
What?
Is there a but in there?
The but is, I think the center position is a little bit weak.
You think Zubac's weak?
Nah, I just think Zubac can't compete with certain people like Jokic, maybe even like Ayton if Ayton's mentally already there. I think he can compete with those guys.
Ayton is in his new jersey after the All-Star game.
Exactly. So I'm saying, like, I said that as well. So I'm like, if Ayton's mentally there,
he's definitely gonna tank that team.
Like again,
on purpose though.
Again, like
and
if Ayton is,
we gotta get him out here.
Again, if Ayton is mentally there or something like that, then okay, cool. But again, the same thing with them is health. Are they gonna be on the court? Same thing with the Lakers. We talk about them, but same thing with the Clippers. Are they gonna be on the court?
I know Russ will be on the court for the Lakers.
What about everybody else? Same thing with the Clippers. What about everybody else? Like again, they have so many. John Wall.
Clippers is still a playoff team to me without
I agree,
Kawhi.
But that's not what we talking about right now.
Yeah, no, we talking about.
They didn't bring. Steve Ballmer didn't bring all them here to make the playoffs.
Yeah, no, he definitely. Because
you could have brought none of them here and made the playoffs.
Yeah.
You could have kept the team you had and made the playoffs every year if that was the goal.
Yeah, no, I know it's championship or bust.
So again, I don't have nothing to say about the Clippers besides like what up. First of all, are y'all gonna even be available August, May, and June?
Okay. So my question to you now, moving on, what are your honest thoughts about the Philadelphia 76ers? Like, are we looking at them as being actual contenders? What are your thoughts about them?
I think we're gonna find out who Joel Embiid is.
But
I think Joel
as I said
Embiid,
last year, I think James Harden has to be the best player on the floor.
No, he doesn't. James Harden is 34 years old. You don't bring James Harden in at this stage for that. Joel Embiid, the guy who he been second in MVP voting for 2 years straight. Second in MVP voting for 2 years straight. And me and Glass have had phone conversations about this. We all assume he's Hakeem Olajuwon. What if he's Patrick Ewing?
He's not Hakeem Olajuwon.
What if he's Patrick Ewing?
I had never assumed he was Hakeem Olajuwon.
What if he's
not even as skilled as Hakeem Olajuwon?
I honestly think the name of Joel Embiid is starting to become better than Joel Embiid actually is.
That's bullshit. The numbers don't say that.
The numbers don't say that, but then every year is something with him. Every single year is something. He another person like but every single year is something, bro. The game when Philly, when Jimmy was all them, you was sick. Okay, you was sick that year. This year, you somehow break your face. You come back, granted, you broke your face. I feel you. But every single year is something with you. And Embiid is a guy.
It's not his fault he got elbowed in the face.
But babe, I didn't say it was. Like I said, every single year is something. Yeah. And you also 28, 29 years old. And with your injury history, how much longer you think Joel Embiid really got? You 28, 29 years old. You ain't no spring chicken no more. Especially with your injury
29?
history. Yeah, remember he missed his first 2 years.
How old is Joel Embiid?
Joel Embiid like 28, 29 years old, bro.
He playing until
He's
at least
28.
35, 36.
Yeah, turn your mic up more, Joe.
But again,
turn your
you gotta
mic up
remember
louder than ours when you do it.
But again, you gotta remember with Joel Embiid's injury history, how many more years do you think he has at this level?
Joe.
Embiid got at least at this level, at least about 3, maybe 4 years max at this level.
Okay, so we got
with his game.
So we got 3 more years after this.
After this,
okay.
Most definitely with his footwork, and he can still shoot the ball.
Famer.
No, fact, I'm not.
And his skill is only getting better and better and better.
Do you think he's a Hall of Famer?
Yeah. What's his career accomplishments right now? I think that when Joel Embiid retires, I think he'll be a Hall of Famer. Now, again, there's different tiers in the Hall of Fame, but I think that when Joel Embiid retires, most likely, if he keeps going, he'll be a Hall of Famer. But I think the Sixers have pretty much everything they need. But I think a lot of it depends on Joel Embiid. Like I said, for one, I challenge Joel Embiid to shoot 50% from the field, 53% from the field. If Jokic can shoot 57, why the fuck are you shooting 48?
I'm not mad at it.
Like a lot of the things, the reason why he don't be winning the playoffs is, bro, every year you never above 50. You can't take that many shots at that size and be that level of efficient. When you look at all the great centers throughout history, pull up any one of them you want. They all shooting above 50%.
Yeah.
Even Hakeem, with nobody else on this team, was shooting 53% in the playoffs. In the 90s, when the lanes clogged.
His shot selection was way different, though.
I don't give a... That's somebody that's Joel Embiid fault.
If Hakeem was playing today, he'd be shooting similar
shots. Turn your mic up,
to,
Joe.
He'd be shooting similar shots to Joel Embiid.
And he would probably be shooting 55%.
I don't think so. Not if he's shooting trailing...
Turn your mic down a little bit, just
not
a
if
little
he's
bit.
shooting trailing threes on a fast break.
Why can Jokic shoot 57% and you can't?
Because he's a little bit better of a shooter than him. I don't think Hakeem would have been that great of a shooter either.
Number one, why are you shooting all those threes? Your biggest advantage is your size.
That's the game. And that's...
I don't think that's the game.
And you also want to keep the defense honest.
Also, bro, honest.
I'm
7 feet, 280 pounds. Fuck honesty.
Have you never seen Joel Embiid? He's somebody with a pump fake. They go flying and he catch a body. That's one of his go-to moves. That move doesn't exist if you don't shoot.
Number one.
Shoot.
Number one. Also, that's putting a lot of strength on your. That's putting a lot of stress on your legs. A lot of times when he does get, because he driving to the rim. If you was to get the ball, first of all, you would make your teammates better because they have to fucking collapse on you. Number one. When you that big and you way out there dribbling, now granted, I know you can do it, and there's going to be times where you want to do it somewhere in the game. I feel it. But you shooting way too many jump shots. The biggest advantage I've seen Joel Embiid in person. That is the biggest human being I've ever seen in my life. If you don't get in the block and destroy somebody,
it means the defense has to respect
and
you.
Even still,
you're underrating the value of the defense.
I understand what you're saying, but I think you are underrating the value of efficiency. When you are that size, in theory, your shots should be coming at a certain. Like even you can look at winners throughout time. And again, if you are gonna shoot 48%, you better be winning Defensive Player of the Year.
He was right there.
When has he been right there?
He got robbed for MVP this past year.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Oh, literally, Jokic was 28, 57% from the field, 13 rebounds, and 8 assists.
Like the eighth seed, literally.
Because everyone on the team was hurt.
Eighth seed, literally.
Because everyone on the team was hurt.
Eighth seed is insane.
Point being is this: when you even look at people who win championships, started, you can even look at Steph. One of the reasons why he gets by doing what he does, he shoots outrageously efficient for somebody his size. And I also think the Warriors defense didn't even get enough credit this year. Excuse me, for the job that they did. I think Steph got a lot of credit, which he was balling. But I think the Warriors defense didn't get the credit. What?
Who was your Finals MVP?
It was Steph.
No, I'm talking about in years before you argue me. If I could make an argument, Kevon Looney was more valuable than Steph.
No, I said the Western Conference Finals. No. I said the Western Conference Finals. If you gave out a 6 Man a Year award.
That's not what you said.
He was.
Somebody go back and rewind the tape.
He was.
Somebody go back and rewind the tape. That's not what he said.
No,
he got revisionist history right now.
No. Kevon Looney in those Western Conference Finals was just as valuable as Steph and Draymond Green.
Hit the button
against Portland. Especially he was
crazy. As Steph Curry, maybe Klay Thompson or something.
No.
Like Andre Iguodala or something.
He was just as valuable because Draymond Green was just as valuable. Number one, if you go back watch that thing, that specific conference finals, Draymond Green was just as valuable as Steph Curry.
Okay, and Draymond Green is a little bit fair, but Kevon Looney,
if you go back and watch that series, Kevon Looney was right up there with him.
Why? Because he set screens and make wide open dunks. All that only there because
screens,
of Steph?
rebounding, every fucking thing, bro. Remember the game? I think it was Memphis. He had 20 rebounds. Why the fuck are we doing it to Kevon Looney every time?
That was one time. He had 20 rebounds.
Kevon
that does
Looney,
not mean you have equal value to Steph Curry. Kevon Looney don't even get those looks and.
Listen to what I'm saying, bro. Granted, obviously he's not out there scoring 30 points, but what Kevon Looney was doing in his role was just as valuable as what Draymond Green and Steph Curry were doing. But anyway,
hit the button.
Regardless.
Hit the
regardless.
Button. No, hit the button, not that button.
Regardless. Regardless.
That's crazy.
Back to the Sixers. I'm not somebody who believes. I've said many times, I think at this stage of James Harden's career, 18 points, 12 assists.
That's fucking terrible for
12
James
fucking
Harden.
assists.
18 and 12.
I won't listen. I won't
think
listen.
This man is Steve Nash.
Listen.
That's what Chris Paul getting. He 39.
Listen. I want 18 points. I want 18 points. I want 12 assists. But I don't want you shooting 41% from the field. Shoot 45, 46, and get about 36% from three. Also, again, you got a guy like Tyrese Maxey. You shouldn't need to average. You got Maxey, you got Harris, you got Embiid. Why the fuck you need to average 30?
Tobias Harris is my least favorite top 100 NBA player.
But hold on.
Is he top 100? Top 150?
Know. I'm sure he is. But at the same time.
No disrespect to him personally.
But again.
It's just like, he just don't. I want him to make more of a difference.
I don't think they let him make more of a difference because
I don't think he's good enough to do that. I've watched him on the Clippers.
But again, here's my thing with Tobias Harris, right? I've even said, right, because of
top 10 plays.
Because of how much money he's getting paid, I think you have to get whatever you think the best out of Tobias Harris is. You have to get it because you're paying him too much money not to. And I won't. Again, he not gonna score 20.
Awful lineup on the floor.
I won't
for the Clippers.
That was COVID times though. This was last season.
Okay.
I want at least 16 points, and I want very good defense. I can't get that from you, G.
16 points from James Harden?
Tobias Harris.
Okay.
No. Very good defense, no.
Well, then we got an issue.
We've been had an issue. That's my whole fucking point.
Capable of that? He not. That's not his.
My whole goddamn
game. That's you asking for him. You asking too much of him.
To play very good defense.
Yes. That's never.
You can't slide
that's never been his game.
Again, I don't think he's an all-world defender, but I've never heard nobody say we gonna go at Tobias Harris tonight.
That's true because of his size.
Nah, I disagree
because
with
of
that.
his size.
Who you ever heard say
we're not gonna really go at him.
Any forward is going at that man.
Who?
Any forward worth they saw.
Who be going at him?
Anybody.
Who?
Anybody.
Who?
Anybody.
Can you name me a time in which you saw Tobias Harris getting cooked?
I'm pretty sure Randall done cooked that man.
A lot. Name a forward.
Julius Randle is cooked.
Name a forward. Name a forward. And I'm sure they cooked him.
Even DeMar DeRozan last year, he wasn't cooking Tobias.
Name a forward.
I just named you one.
Yes, he was. Stop lying.
No, he wasn't.
Stop lying.
Literally, he had that man taking turnaround fadeaways on the fucking baseline, and that's why the Bulls didn't beat.
Who scored more points?
Huh?
Who scored more points?
On what percentage?
It don't matter.
It does matter.
No, it does.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
Bulls hurt last year. Patrick Williams is out.
The Bulls might not make the playoffs this year.
Shut up.
They might not make the playoffs.
Hit the button.
You know they've taken a step back.
You do good though.
That's that button. That's not the button.
You know they've taken a step back though. You know that, right?
We're not. You got to relax, brother.
They've taken a step back.
They're not taking a step back with Goran Dragic and Andre Drummond on their bench with Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan. No,
everybody else got
better.
better.
Oh my God, stop it.
The Knicks might be better.
And Lonzo gonna come back after All-Star break.
The Knicks might be better.
You're gonna eat your words.
The Knicks might be better.
Are you prepared to ride it out with this?
If they're taking a step back,
Make a bet on it then.
I think they'll be.
Bella Balduce.
They'll be a play-in team.
Bella Balduce.
That they'll be a play-in team.
Bella Balduce.
They'll be a play-in team.
That's safe. I don't want to hear that.
How's it safe?
That's safe.
They'll be a play-in team.
Play-in team is safe.
How is it safe?
It's the same
That's
thing.
safe.
What you mean?
It's safe. That's very safe, brother.
How?
You say you're not gonna make the playoffs.
They'll be
Playoff
a
team,
play-in
playing team, same thing.
Play-in team, top 10 teams. G. It's
Random
like
cooking
4.
Philly, bro.
They're not gonna be
16
fucking
teams in each
11th, bro. But they not gonna be in the top 6. They'll be somewhere between 7 to 10.
day. Brother,
Randall be cooking Philly, by the way.
with blood on the streets.
They'll be somewhere between 7 to 10.
No, they will not, brother.
Where they gonna be at?
Huh?
Where they gonna be at?
We will be a top 6 seed, but we're not going to be a play-in
He
team.
just dunked. That happened.
They
last
gonna
year.
We're not
be
gonna be a
weak,
play-in team.
and when they come to the crypto, they're
So
gonna get
question.
ran.
Raptors. Who better? Raptors or Bulls?
Bulls.
Okay,
Raptors.
we're lying.
Bulls. The
Okay.
Raptors are not better. How
No.
are the Raptors better?
They have a better team.
No, they are. No, they
have a
no,
better-
they do not.
They have a.
No,
First
no,
of all-
they do not. No,
First-
they do not.
First of all,
No, they
first
do
of
not.
all, their defense is better. Number one.
No, they
much
do
better.
not.
Much better. So you have the Raptors. You have, Raptors. You have the Sixers. You have the Celtics. You have the Bucks.
I don't know about the Celtics.
Okay.
I got to see the Celtics.
You have the Celtics. You have the Bucks.
That's crazy. You gotta see
You have the Heat.
Celtics.
You have
I have
the
to
Nets.
see the Heat.
You have the
gotta
Nets.
see the Heat.
I got to see the Heat.
What the?
You have the Nets.
I got to see the
Brother,
Nets.
tripping.
the Hawks.
I got to see the Hawks. No.
What the?
The Hawks.
I got to see the Hawks.
That's fair. The Hawks fair. Got to see the Hawks fair.
Hornets is trash. Miles
Hornets is
Bridges
out of
is
there.
gone.
They don't
Hornets
gotta
is
worry
out
about
of
them.
there.
They gonna be
Hornets,
bottom.
Hornets is out
Hope
there.
they got their first round pick.
Who?
The Hornets.
Damn, Al Horford destroyed Giannis.
Yeah, he killed him. I mean, he did elbow him in
No,
the
he
face
did.
though.
Yeah,
Like
he
he did like
smacked that nigga.
destroy him in the
They
They
face.
might
When
want
it's
to
all
go. They
love.
might want to join the Wembayou AAU circuit sweepstakes. Who getting Wembayou? I'm pronouncing it right.
They're not gonna be that bad.
The Hornets. I'm saying they might want to do that. I mean, I'm not saying they are gonna be that bad, but that might be better for their franchise in the near future. Because who gonna really feel that somebody got to be there next to Melo? He can't do that by himself.
Rozier better score them damn points.
Rozier's not moving the needle. They got Mason Plumlee in that front court, and it's looking very frail. Mason
They'll probably
Plumlee
play the
and PJ
rookies.
Washington is looking frail. I know they do have a rookie, but they gonna play like rookies. Rookies not gonna get you no wins.
Fair. I'm not gonna argue
funny
that.
as hell.
But yeah, I'm taking the Raptors for sure. They got defense.
I'm
They
not
got
taking
wings.
the
They
Raptors over
have
us.
wings who play defense.
I'm not taking the Raptors.
Give me
over us.
OG Anunoby, Scotty Barnes.
See, you can't
over
even say the man's
whoever.
name. You sitting up here talking about you
OG
taking him.
Anunoby.
No, Ananobi.
Yeah, it's definitely Anunoby.
Oh, OG Anunoby and Scotty
Yo,
Barnes.
you are very bad with pronouncing people's names.
Only the
You
foreign
be
ones.
butchering people's names.
Only the
bro.
foreign ones.
You be butchering names.
Only
bro.
the foreign. Only the
But
foreign players.
you got a lot of nerve. You spent years doing that.
butchering who?
Everybody name.
Only foreign players.
Who
G.
do I book? Butcher.
G, you used to call this man Giannis
I didn't-
Giannis for years until they commented enough and you stopped calling him Giannis.
That's fair. I think I'm just honest.
Look,
That's only
hey
foreign
Joe,
players,
no,
bro.
hold on, wait, but Joe, you see how he like that's fair. Bro, come on,
Bro,
G.
I grew up in Inglewood, California. Wasn't nobody named.
So what?
Anunoby.
There's nobody named. Yeah, it might have been somebody. They might be.
Hey, look.
Eaglewood ain't got no Africans.
As
Nah,
Eli
really,
says,
you might come across.
bro, you're a
Eaglewood got some
reporter.
Africans over there, bro.
You might.
So you mean to tell me ain't no Africans in Eaglewood?
That I grew up with.
Ain't no Africans in Eaglewood.
That I grew up with going to my middle school.
Ain't no Africans over there, bro.
It's actually one of my best friends is African.
Come on, G. What we doing, G?
But it's still.
What's his last name?
Binion. It's a lady, by the way, one of my best friends. Shout out.
Why you laugh like that, bro? Why you laugh like that, bro?
I don't know why that was funny.
Why you just laugh like
And I got
that?
another. I met bro in Denver, but Sissoko is his last name. He be in the comments.
Come on, G.
Shout
So you can get their names right, but
What's
you
his
can't
name?
get Ananobi. You can't get Ananobi right, though.
out. I mean, that's not. That's off of years of training with him, G. I mean,
I'm fucking with you, bro. I'm fucking with you, bro.
But nah, just the foreign ones. They sometimes be getting me. I ain't gonna hold you.
Sleeper team.
Minnesota Timberwolves to win the championship.
Actually, wild fun fact. I actually sent
Turn your mic up,
I
brother.
sent the 2K season and the Timberwolves won a championship.
That's interesting.
That is interesting. That's crazy.
That's interesting. 2K be getting it right. I remember I simmed 1 year, and they had the Raptors winning, and that was the year the Raptors actually did win.
For real?
Yeah, they had them going 71-11, and which obviously that didn't happen, but they did win.
But that Kawhi pickup was insane for them. It was one of the most one-sided trades in the last 5 years, the most definitely up there with the Wiggins heist.
What heist?
The Wiggins heist when they when the Nuggets, when the Warriors picked up Wiggins and Kuminga for D'Angelo Russell, who hasn't really done anything
that wasn't really a heist.
That wasn't that bad.
That was not a heist.
Was.
You know what that was? Stupidity.
They wanted to appease Cat. They wanted to give him his best.
Actually, you know what? It wasn't a heist. You want to know why? Because Wiggins was Midgins.
No, he wasn't.
And now he's a champion.
He was still averaging 20 points.
And now he's a champion.
Ooh, that happened last year? God damn. Lord Jesus.
Lord Jesus. We need to add that to the soundboard. By the way, yeah, you got. By the way, problematic should be problematic. All right, so Joe, who's your sleeper team?
My sleeper team, I'm looking at it right now. It's kind of tough, but I'm probably going to
looking at it right now?
I'm just looking at teams. I'm probably going to go with either the Wizards or the Blazers. I say the Blazers because over the years, their questions with the Blazers have been like they need defense. Even when they were really good and they get to the conference finals or the second round consistently every year, be a guaranteed playoff team. You had a Jeremy Grant. A lot of
talk in the mic, brother.
You had a Jeremy Grant. You had a Josh Hart. And you had a Gary Payton. And you go along with the development of Anthony Simons, who's a killer offensively, and with Damian Lillard out there, I think they could really surprise some people when you kind of fix what the issue you had, stopping you from really being that team a couple years ago. And then we'll see how Dame obviously took most of the year off last season, but I think he's going to come back with a chip on his shoulder.
What you say about Dame last night?
Dame, and this is no disrespect.
That was my first pick, so don't hate.
No disrespect to Dame, but he's lost a step. He can't get around people anymore. I think he's going to struggle this season.
Damian Lillard can't get around people. You know how outrageous that is?
All right, hashtag watch
more
basketball.
When I'm sending you clips of him dunking on people and getting by everybody, don't get mad at me when
I'm not gonna get mad at anybody. What am I mad for?
Because you got to prove wrong. Damian Lillard can't get by people. So you saying at his
talk in the mic, G?
You saying that he's not at that stage of his career.
No, he is at that stage.
To be fair, he is in his 30s in a guard. The 30s are not kind of guards.
He's at that stage in his
early 30s.
He's at that stage in his career, and it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It happens to a lot of greats, and it's nothing wrong with it. But when we look at it, like the thing that frustrated me the most about watching the Blazers last night was that if Dame can't get by anybody and create that separation, his step back is like 100% guardable, which means he's 100% guardable. So remember I said this, Dame is going to average like 20 to 22 points per game this year.
Oh, my God.
He's going to average like 5 assists, 4 rebounds.
That's terrible.
Oh, my God.
And that's what it'll be.
Damian Lillard averaging 22. That might be a title. Damian Lillard averaging 22 points this year is crazy.
I'm dead ass. I'm not joking.
I picked him first in fantasy, so I'll be hot.
You should be hot because your team is trash. I got the best team.
I'm about to smoke you week one.
No, you're not. You're projected to lose by 18.
I don't care. We care about projections now? That's how I know you're
getting smoked.
You're looking at projections.
Who won championship last year? G? Who won championship last year?
You got lucky one year.
Who won championship last year?
You got lucky.
Who won championship last year?
You got lucky.
Oh, who
won
looking
at projections. I don't give a damn about them projections. Projections be lying like shit.
Did you win championship last year or did I win championship last year?
Who cares? You got your 1 year.
Who won the championship in our fantasy league last year? Answer the question.
Them projections can't save you.
I don't want to hear nothing about no projections. Answer the question, brother.
You won.
Exactly.
But don't act like I don't got jewelry on my finger too. I got a ring.
You got one ring. You old news. You old news, brother.
Never that. I'm a vet. I've been winning championships, fantasy championships since I was 17 years old.
You're old news, brother. You're old news. All right. We the new news. We the new fantasy media.
Fantasy media is crazy.
Nah, I'll for sure drop some fantasy gems on y'all.
All right, cool.
I do that.
Question. Do you feel like Giannis Antetokounmpo is overrated and doesn't belong in the conversations that he belongs in, as Gilbert Arenas says?
I think he's slightly overrated, if you ask me.
How?
Because I think his playoff run was just a little fluky to me.
Oh, my God.
Like, he didn't really, you beat the Hawks in the Eastern Conference Finals, and then you weren't even there for a couple of games.
You know the year the Bulls went 72-10 when they played the Magic, everybody was hurt. Like, they had 2 starters hurt.
I mean, that's 1 year out of his 6 championships. This is literally the only championship we've seen from Giannis. So, I mean, that's kind of different circumstances.
Yeah, that's fair.
We seen what happened when he had to go head to head with a real hitter like Kawhi Leonard in 2019.
25
what happened in 2019 when he had to go head to head with Kawhi Leonard?
But my point, he's not even 25 years old.
He ain't seen no. Name one player of Kawhi Leonard's caliber. Kawhi Leonard saw that in that playoff.
Giannis like 28 now. Giannis is almost 30.
How old is Giannis Antetokounmpo?
Almost 30.
Name one player of Kawhi Leonard's caliber that he saw in that playoff run. You can't.
27. He's still young, bro. You talking about him like he Embiid. Think that's a little disrespectful.
He's 27.
You can argue against it, but it's a Geno's East out here?
Yeah, down the street. You never knew that?
No.
Yeah, I just went out today. Why does Gilbert say he's overrated?
Gilbert was saying some crazy stuff. He said he could because he doesn't play 38 minutes a night. He was saying because he's not as smart as other good players. It's really outrageous. We gotta show you the clip, but it's insane what he was saying. Honestly, it was like
because he doesn't kill himself.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, he said the champion. Like it was just wild. It's pretty much because of minutes and a couple other outrageous things.
Made me want to vomit.
But when he say he's overrated, like what are we overrated in what sense?
Because
like,
he thinks he's not close to like a LeBron type player. Because I don't know. I'm not sure. I think IQ. His main argument was IQ. He said he doesn't have the same IQ level as a LeBron. It's not close. He said LeBron is way smarter than Giannis Antetokounmpo.
He thinks like today or like
today. Like this quote was like a month ago.
Yeah, because he had 20. Never mind.
This quote was like from a month.
Never mind. Shout out to No Chill Gil. Yeah. Shout out to No Gil.
It was insane.
No Chill Gil for doing the episode of Point Guard with us, but he is hit that button.
He doubled down on it too.
Hit that button. You're doing good though. Sorry, Gil.
I mean,
no.
What? No what?
Am I wrong?
I think Giannis is great, bro.
For real?
I just want to
do you actually mean that though, or are you just like saying it?
I don't care what. Granted, I like watching Gilbert's podcast. Do not care though about that man. What that man said about Giannis. I personally think Giannis is great. I think he's the best player in the league today. Do I think Giannis can still? Even Giannis. Do I think Giannis is the most skilled player? No. But like, does that shit really matter? Even Giannis said, "I'm not the most skilled, but like, I'm a hard worker." Now I don't think he gave his God-given athletic ability enough credit. But yeah, I think Giannis is great. What are we talking about?
That was just an honest question.
I mean, he's one.
That was just a legit, honest question.
Yeah,
I wasn't even trying to like be an asshole. I was just curious as to what you all thought about it. So all right, cool. So moving on from that, Ja Morant. You named the teams. You didn't name Memphis in that team.
I think Memphis takes a step back, and also
why?
Jaren Jackson is hurt. He broke his foot. He's probably gonna be out for.
He broke his foot.
Yeah,
I thought he sprained his ankle. Damn.
Nah, he broke his foot, so he's probably gonna be out for a good minute. And then I just think it's harder when you're not like the underdog anymore. Like when teams walk into Memphis, they're gonna be ready to play the Memphis Grizzlies.
I don't really think that matters.
And also, I think Ja still has another level he can get to. I think that Ja's in between game can get better. Like yes, Ja shoots a great percentage when he can get to the rim, but also I think that his, like I said, in between game. We pulled up the numbers where it was like once you start going out like further and further, his percentages start tailing off.
He looked pretty damn good yesterday. I'll tell you that. 360, 22 points, 7 out of 11.
Like, yes, Josh.
7 assists, 4 rebounds, 1 for 2 from 3, 360
I understand
dunks.
that. And also, I think that Memphis needs another scorer.
Why?
They don't really have anybody else who can do anything unless Ja gets him the ball.
Brandon Ingram.
Brandon
Ingram. I said that, though.
But for who?
You had to trade Jaren.
I did this a long time ago for y'all. Y'all don't.
I've been. You did.
I've been seeing the vision.
Huh?
Jaren for BI.
But if they can't score without Ja, how do they win so many games without Ja?
If I'm the Pelicans, why the fuck would I want Jaren Jackson?
Because Tyus Jones, I think has one of the best assist turnover ratios in NBA history.
That's true, but I mean, that's all you need is a point guard with a high assist turnover ratio to come in and still win
Tyus
basketball
Jones is probably
games.
one of the best backup point guards in the NBA.
That's true as well, but I mean, it seems like you're kind of underrating the rest of their core that they do have out there.
No, I'm not. I know if he has a great assist turnover rate, that means he's great at getting people to basketball. I still don't think they have anybody else who can like consistently make play. And again, we're talking about winning regular season games. We're talking. I mean, wait, what are we talking about right now? Can they win regular season games? Yeah. If we talking about winning, like actually taking that next step and being an actual contender,
you said
I think they need somebody else who can do something else when Ja doesn't give them the basketball.
But that's the reason why they're taking. You said they're taking a step back as well. So that's your main reason on why they're taking a step back, or because you said they're taking a step back. Though.
Jaren is hurt.
I think
it's a huge reason why. Number one, Jaren is hurt. He's out for like 4 or 5 months. Can they still win? Do I think Brandon Clark is still good? Yes. Do I still think they can win games? Yes. But I think him being out is a huge thing. And also, I'm looking at Zaire Williams, and can he be one of those guys who can step up and make plays even when Ja doesn't get them the ball? And also, I just think that it's harder to do it's hard to replicate what you did last season, this season, when people are expecting you to do it this season.
All right, I'm not mad at it. So let's go ahead. Let's round it out.
You ain't even say what you asking me for. You speak on it.
The Grizzlies, I think that they'll be fine. I'm not worried about them at all because I think Ja Morant is the number 2 point guard in the NBA at this current point in time. I think it's undeniable. So regardless of if the number 1 guy is out, you have a guy like Steven Adams who is able to create a bunch of space. I've seen Steven Adams and Russell Westbrook work a pick and roll into an MVP. I think if this was ever the season for Ja Morant to sneak up and get an MVP, this would probably be the season. So I'm not worried about them. The team that I worry about the most in the NBA, to be quite honest, is the Boston Celtics because I predicted last year that they wouldn't make the playoffs. They started off very rough and then they fixed it and they, got better. But I don't still have the same amount of faith in them this year that I do last year. And I respect the Blake ad. I even respected the Danilo ad. But who is the guy? I had Glasses Malone arguing with me and you 3-4 days ago telling me Marcus Smart is the best player on the team. We can't be having these conversations anymore. And whether it be Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown.
Does that shit matter, though?
It does matter. You want to know why it matters? Because at the end of the game, they give the ball to the guy they perceive to be the best player, and that's been Jason Tatum, and we saw what he did with last year. You've goaded him all summer long about his performance. So if he's not the guy, then Marcus Smart, to me, is not the guy. So I fully expect Jaylen Brown to step up and become great. And if he doesn't, I think this team is actually going to struggle this year. What's
your definition of struggle?
And they're not getting out of the second round.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
That's a struggle, especially after the scandal.
It's not really a struggle.
It's a struggle after your team starts with a new scandal and you made the finals and you had a poor finals performance and you talked all summer long about how you want to redeem yourself. And my last team, I think the Knicks will still be trash and y'all gonna be mad as fuck. Go ahead.
I don't think that's a struggle though. They went to Game 7 in the second round last year. They without Middleton. So I don't think it's a struggle if they lose in the second round. The East is tough. They could have very well lost in the second round last year without Chris Middleton. I think them making the finals even last year was kind of. I think if you'd have polled people in the preseason, I don't think anybody had the Celtics making the finals. I don't think anybody has the Celtics making the finals again this year.
I don't, but I didn't have them. But I didn't have them making the playoffs. But even still, even looking at the Los Angeles Rams, you come off a Super Bowl win. There's still a hangover there that I see. There's still a hangover there with the Celtics, regardless of the coach situation. I just don't think that they'll be as dominant. So to me, those
Rams also lost. Rams also added a lot mid-season and lost pretty much everything they added mid-season.
Yeah, but what can they add?
Who?
What can they add?
Who, the Celtics?
Yeah, there's nothing left to be added.
Nothing. But again, I don't think them losing in the second round, to me, would be a struggle of a season. I think if they come out...
I wouldn't be surprised if the Celtics lost to the Cavaliers in the first round, if they wind up playing each other. Because I also do think that I think that the Timberwolves will be a number 2 seed in the West and the Cavaliers will be a top 3 seed in the East.
Could happen.
No, I think it will happen because I think even with Evan Mobley last year, once he got hurt, especially with Rubio, you couldn't replace those points. Donovan Mitchell going to score if he don't do nothing else. And you still have Jared Allen back there. And Okoro's not a bad defensive player. You know what I mean? Garland's not a terrible defender. And you still got Allen. And if Mobley is healthy at all, I actually think Mobley winds up. If Mobley is healthy, the Cleveland Cavaliers could have 2 All-Stars. Because I think Evan Mobley can average realistically 19 and 12 this year and be an All-Star. 19, 12, a block, and 0.7 steals with 3 assists. I think he could be an All-Star this year.
You think he'll get 19 points in that offense with all those mouths to feed? He gonna get 19.
I think he is the mouth to feed. Pause.
No, not over Darius Garland initiating offense. Donovan Mitchell, Jared Allen catching lob.
If you're Darius Garland and you're worth your salt at initiating offense, Evan Mobley should be able to score 18 easily, and that other extra points should come from him just wanting to take some shots.
All right, we'll see. I say
I'm dead ass.
Like
he
16, 17, 15.
Did you see how
16,
easy his
15.
13 was last year?
It was very easy, but it's more. It's a bigger. It's less to go around now. It's only one ball, and it's more dynamic scores than Evan Mobley.
I disagree with that. I disagree with that. Donovan Mitchell is not a dynamic scorer. He's a volume scorer. That's the difference.
I expect
Darius
a lot.
Garland to me is not a dynamic scorer. He's a volume scorer when he needs to be. He's a great point guard and a distributor when he needs to be. But when you need to put up buckets, he's going to put up buckets and give you points. There is no one on the Cleveland Cavaliers that can get an easy shot on their own on this team other than Evan Mobley.
Darius Garland can get an easy shot. Can get an easy shot on his own.
But my point is that if he averaged 13 last year, to me, the next level is 19, and you are able to get an easy shot. But I also think he wasn't able to get an easy shot on his own because you got to think about it. When Rubio goes down and Rubio is the distributor for the team, there is nobody else to just get you the ball outside of Garland, and Garland wants to score. And I respect it. Garland got a bag.
No, but Garland still give you
no, he does. But imagine Garland and Rubio. You get
here's
let me
tell you. Here's the thing. I think Garland after Rubio went down was asked a little bit too much. Like he had to score those points. Like it was certain games where it's like, yo, he has to go out there and try to get 25. He has to. Now it's like you have, and also Donovan, like, bro, you should be getting 5 assists. Now, granted, obviously, you talk about Rudy can't score, whatever, cool. I think Evan Mobley is a way better offensive player than what Rudy Gobert is. So even if let's say you weren't throwing lobs to him because you didn't trust him, now you have two people to be able to penetrate, get in the paint. Jared Allen and Evan Mobley should both be able to eat. So I don't think, maybe not 19, but at least 17, 18, high point, maybe 19.1, something like that. I think that could happen.
Mobley's not really aggressive enough for that too. I don't know.
He don't have to be aggressive.
Yes,
though.
because if you have like the thing, like Donovan Mitchell could argue Rudy Gobert had no offensive bag. You can't argue Evan Mobley has no offensive bag. Evan Mobley, to me, is like his offensive bag. Personally, I think it's better than John Collins' bag. I just think that based upon what his role is, he's not asked to volume score that much. But I don't think that John Collins has a better bag than Evan Mobley. I just think Evan Mobley needs to. If the same thing I said about Zion, if Evan Mobley or Zion develop a LaMarcus Aldridge type game, they're unstoppable. You can't stop them.
The LaMarcus Aldridge type game, you want them to stand and shoot mid ranges all game?
No, not all game. But if Zion could shoot 45% from the mid range, that makes him undefendable.
Asking him not with that form, you're asking a lot from Zion with the way he shoots the basketball.
No, I'm not. I'm asking him to get better. We literally just watched Jason Kidd play on the Nets, and his form was terrible when he was on the Nets. But on the Mavericks, it was great. He worked on it. That's the whole point. Get better. That's exactly what Giannis was saying when he was talking in that clip. It's not like there are a lot of talented guys that can hoop in the world, but do you have that discipline, that work ethic to be like LeBron for 20 years, to be like KD for this long, to be like Michael Jordan where you want to win at all costs, to be like Kobe where you want to win at all costs? Do you have that drive and determination to sit there every day and get that much better? That's my whole thing with Evan Mobley, my whole thing with Donovan Mitchell. If both of them take that challenge, this Cleveland Cavaliers team is scary. Imagine them winning a ring without LeBron, with some young guys. I don't think it's that far-fetched, especially with the way that the NBAs work in the NBA. I'm sorry, the injuries work in the NBA. I don't think the way that the injuries work, I think I don't know.
I don't think it'll happen this year, but next 2 to 3 years, I wouldn't be shocked.
I think now is the perfect time. Because the same way the Celtics kind of shocked the world when they went up against LeBron, and even though they lost, they still kind of shocked people. We didn't expect them to put up a fight. I think the Cavaliers can wind up going against somebody.
Wasn't they in the conference finals the year before though?
And Donovan Mitchell gonna be in somebody.
Wasn't that the second time they was in the thing about Celtics is they've had deep playoff runs.
But he wasn't the guy. IT was the guy. When Tatum steps up and becomes the guy. Different scenario. And I feel like the Cleveland Cavaliers in a couple years, somebody on their team going to be able to have a documentary in 30 years is going to say, yeah, we went up against them. We was young, but player to player, no comparison. And I think that guy could be Evan Mobley. And you still have Kevin Love off the bench. I forgot about that. And Laurie's gone. You don't even have to deal with the weight of Laurie being there anymore.
Nah, I don't think this year's the year for them. But I do think in like the next 2 to 3 years, I think as Garland continues to grow, as Mobley continues to grow, as Jerry continues to grow, I still think they could probably use a small forward. If I had to put one weakness on this team, they don't really have a small forward.
Yeah, I agree.
Like Okoro, I think Okoro.
I mean, you don't really you don't need another small. Like you kind of getting greedy.
They don't have one though.
But you kind of Okoro,
like
not,
I think
Okoro,
they need
Karis
like
LeVert, you're getting greedy. You don't really.
I think if they could have like,
really,
I think if they could have a Mikal Bridges.
Nah, that's greedy.
It's not
that's
greedy.
Like a mega team with Mikal Bridges. Like you gotta it's pretty good with what it is.
It's not greedy though.
Oh, we got a super comment for $5 basically from Darren Faust. Boston and Milwaukee are too good. Maybe next year for the Cavs.
I just think they just need a small forward. I think I
don't think you need one.
I think they need a small forward.
They already got 4 arguably dudes who can make the All-Star team next season.
They need a small forward.
You got 4 All-Stars. Why do you need a small? You just need somebody who can make a 3 and
let's say they play against the
breeze,
Celtics team, right? Let's say they play against the Celtics, right? Celtics. Let's say they play against Celtics. Let's play against the Bucks. Say play against who else is Celtics Bucks? Who the fuck finna guard the small forward position?
Who finna guard? Evan Mobley. He's
gonna guard the small forward.
So let's say if
position.
they start who the Celtics start Grant Williams and Jason Tatum, right? Something like that's a starting lineup, right?
No, it's Al Horford, Jaylen Brown, Derek White,
and Robert Williams.
And Robert Williams. No,
they don't
not
start Robert
Williams.
Williams.
Derek White.
They don't do
they
that.
Don't start Robert Williams.
It's Derek White
Horford,
and
though.
Derek White and Marcus Smart.
They don't start.
That's what started in the preseason.
Wait, stop. What is it?
In the preseason,
but Robert Williams is hurt though right now.
In the preseason, it was Al Horford, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Derek White, and Marcus Smart.
But I think Robert is hurt right now, so that's the reason why.
But even Horford,
I don't even think. I don't necessarily know if Robert.
Wait, hold on.
But also, I got to get up out of here soon.
So Brogdon didn't start. But also, did Brogdon play?
Brogdon did play, but he didn't start. He's not a starter. He's a sixth man.
Fair. Yeah. Regardless, though, I think that they can have an issue guarding some of the elite wings. But as he said, man, he got to go. So let's begin to wrap this up. This has been the.
No, that was easy. Like if I didn't have to go and be a father, we could have kept talking through all of the games.
This is the.
Go ahead.
This has been the 6-year anniversary episode.
6 years, man. I know we started off talking about stuff that y'all probably like, why are we talking about this? But that's honestly my favorite part about Hoops and Brews is that we could always have a conversation about whatever. And even if it was for the first 45 minutes, you could still listen to us and we have our own perspectives, man. So the fact we doing it 6 years, like it's crazy, bro. Like 6 years plus, you came to my apartment. It's like, y'all, like Scott and Joe won't let me on their podcast. They say my take's too hot. You want to start a podcast? Yeah, what you want to call it? I want to call it Hoops and Brews. I want to just drink beer and talk about basketball. And I was like, all right.
They said my take's
and
too
the rest
hot.
is history.
For real? That's hilarious.
The rest was history, man. 6 years, 700 to 800 podcasts. Shout out to MLG for taking a chance on us earlier and like turning the brand, all that over to us and allowing us to be able to take something that he felt like he couldn't take to another level. For real, like he gave us a chance when we was getting no views back when he had 100,000 subscribers. So to be on a channel, I remember when it was doing 100 million views, and I used to tell my coworkers like, "Yeah, I'm on a 100 million view channel," and they were like, "Yeah, but your podcast videos only get 50,000 views a video." That was like 4 years ago, 5 years ago. That's crazy to me. Because if you get 85,000 views now, shit, you damn near lit out here. It be people on Twitter with 10,000 followers talking shit to me. I'm like, all right, bro. Like, I remember it all. So it's been great to see it. My favorite part has been when all the reporters used to call us stupid and call you stupid or call me stupid. And now we in the same locker rooms and we get respect. The players answer us. Shout out to Marcus Morris for dapping me up on Media Day after my question. And shout out to y'all, man, the fans. I would be nothing without y'all. We would be nothing without the fans. Damn, my mom was having surgery during that episode. That's why you recorded that without me. I remember I think I left you the key to my place.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. That's how long we've been doing this, man. Shout out to you, Pavy, bro. Like you did some crazy shit. You never you're not a braggadocious person, but you don't ever look at this shit like this shit crazy.
Sure, but there's more to do. Hopefully.
Not hopefully. It's already being done. So Joe, final words, man. You know, put the camera on you. You part of the new school. You the new host. You let me slide back in the chair. It was fun though. I enjoyed this. This was like a cool episode. Like if I didn't have to leave and go be a dad, I would have stayed here for a while and we could have just shot the shit. But good episode, man. Yeah. So shout out to y'all. I love watching y'all, seeing y'all do y'all thing. Joe, final words, bro. Talk to us.
What's good, y'all? Thanks for tuning in. It's Joe. I've been a part of the team for just over a year now. Enjoy all of these. I have a blast every time I step on. Great experiences. When you tagged me in that clip of me and you laughing at Pavy, amazing time. I used to enjoy the heck out of all those podcasts. Shout out to the fans. Shout out to everybody. But get me on Twitter. Thank y'all for shouting out.
One of 100 times.
Thank y'all for coming out. We did live shows and whatnot. But thank y'all for coming out for another episode. Get me on Twitter at the Jolts with 2 S's and Instagram Joel R Wilson. And yeah, which I got back to y'all.
Yep, man. And yeah, man, Pavy. Taking it to the next level. We got some more stuff on the horizon, so we'll see what happens. I definitely don't have any plans on returning to Hoops and Brews. I think Joel got it, but I think there are more mediums and things for me to do, so we'll see. And make sure if you haven't, go check out the show called Hooper on the Caffeine app, as well as Fox TV. It's a women's dunk show, so feel free to go check that out. And I appreciate the support. Technical director on there. Shout out to my guy Mike Wiles, who's the director, my guy Champ, as well as comedian Kim Marshall and Baron Davis being the executive producers on that. Yeah, that's it for me. Y'all probably won't hear from me for a little while, but I appreciate it for y'all allowing me to be in your car, your home, wherever you are for another time, man. 6 years is crazy. Pavy, go ahead. Outro. Joe, hit the music.
Yeah, follow me on Twitter at Pavy World, PVY all one word. If you're in the LA area, I got a show on Saturday at the Viper Room. You can get tickets off my website, that being pavers.com. And yeah, until next time, we'll talk to you later.
Turn the music up. Peace.
Really put preseason games on TV.